Hi guys, good morning, Happy New Year, or good afternoon as it is now. Happy New Year to you. We've just left my dad's up near John O'Groats and Wick, up that direction, and now we're heading through, just come through Bower, and we're heading into Castletown, then Thurso, which Castletown, there's toilets, there's a butcher's, garage if you need fuel. There's also the campsite, there's Durness campsite, that's heading, you turn right when you get to Castletown. These are fields I used to work on when I worked on a farm up here, on your right. But we'll leave you with some scenery and I'll pick you back up in a minute. This down here, as we're coming into Castletown, you can see the sea down there. Well, that's Durness Head Cliffs. That heads round to Durness Head, that does, up there. And there's a big long beach at Castle, stretches from Castletown to Durness, where the campsite is at Durness. And that's a 4 mile long beach, good sandy beach to walk on. Bit of information for you guys. If you're coming into Castletown from Wick side, then through Bower and into Castletown, watch the roads. The potholes are disastrous, so watch out for them. Slow down. 20 mile an hour anyway, but just coming in when you're doing speed still, just watch it because the tyre bursters. This is Castletown village. There's not much here. There's a chip shop, there's a butcher's, hotel, Greenland House Hotel there, play park for kids, nice little harbour. Harbours, if you turn right where this sign is down here, it's opposite the garage. So this is an MOT place and garage. Here's your petrol station. You turn down there to the Heritage Centre, that gives you information about the area. And there's a spa shop on your left, butcher's on your right here, and then Castletown Hotel on your left. And that's basically as exiting Castletown. We haven't entered the main village. I used to live here in Castletown years ago. This is us just coming into Thurso, guys. That you can see in the distance is Scrabster Harbour. That's where the Hamnervo ferry comes in, Northlink ferries, which will take you to Durness across there. But you have to drive through Thurso to get to that, across the other side. And this is another place on the left, just down here where I used to live. Years ago now. This is if you turn left up here onto this estate, this left turning, where the people are crossing, there's a little type shop on your left there. And then when you get to traffic lights down here, it's actually a little Tesco's straight over the lights. There's a tyre fitting place on your left, Halford McConnett is there. Another garage on your right there. There's plenty of garages in Thurso, so don't worry about the fuel situation. That's up Thurso River, and there's a nice walk around that. And then we're turning right here because we're heading into the co-op. This is another filling station, just the other side of here, which you'll see. Public toilets here. They've been done up not long ago, so they're new, fairly new. That leads to the harbour down there. You get some nice views and probably stop for the night. Nice chip shop on your right up here. And this is into the co-op in Thurso, which we hoping is open on New Year's Day, which it looks to be, thank God. So that's a bit of a saving grace. And this, guys, is main Thurso. Down there's the high street. You can walk down there. There's banks, phone shops, freaking everything in here. Charity shops. That you can get to the front harbour down there, the front. There's a campsite further up here, which we'll show you, which looks over the sea out towards Orkney. There's also a Lidl's down here on your left hand side. There's shops everywhere around Thurso. You're not stuck for a garage or a shop in Thurso. This is a play park, and then the caravan site's there, which they've got a cafe on there, and also a rental statics caravans. Touring pictures as well, and then it looks out across to Scrabster over there where the North Link ferry comes in, which I highly doubt that might be sailing today. I think that it probably wouldn't. There's Lidl's on the left, shut today obviously, but it's usually open. And this is us leaving Thurso, and that's Scrabster up in the distance. I don't know if you can make it out on the hill. That's where we used to live, Scrabster. I know you might be noticing I've lived everywhere up here, up round islands. I virtually have, so over years. That's the weigh-in pub. That's quite a big pub for venues and stuff, and it's a hotel. If you want to book in there, the weigh-in. This comes under Scrabster, Thurso, Scrabster. Us leaving Thurso on the top coast. Catch up with you later, guys. Leave you with the scenery. As you can see, guys, it's blizzarding with snow up here at Scotland at the minute. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's absolutely blizzarding down with snow. As you can see, it's starting to lay on the roads. As you can see, guys, the gritter's out in action because it's just a snowstorm at the minute. It's just tipping it down with snow. Just round these next corners we're coming up to a little place called Force, and that's just obviously on the north coast outside of Thurso. That's where I used to live. Down here on the shoreline this is around where the North Sea splits into the North Atlantic, just near Force, past there, so on the top coast. So then it splits to the North Atlantic from the North Sea. And then as we're moving down here, you can see the snow laying on the road and stuff down here. So I'm going to slow down a bit actually. See it laying, guys, all the way down this road. It's coming up, guys, it's Force here, and this is where I used to live, in a little house there, the one set back off the road on the right hand side there. I used to live in one of them there. See, guys, down here it's proper covered with snow getting. On this corner, this is just through Force, and this is the Force House Hotel, and it's where all the rich folks stay. I don't know any other nicer way to put it. It's where all tops, all snobs stay up here. To get a sandwich in there, you need to take out a bank loan. Over there, guys, which you'll see in a minute as we get further down, we're coming up to a village called Ray, and that's Durness power plant. You might just be able to make out. You'll see it better in a minute when we come further down here. But there's a nice little sandside bay beach at Ray, and toilets there as well, and you can probably stay the night as well down there in your van. Where I used to take my son when he was just a baby, when they were born. Well, that's the power plant, as you can see there on your right hand side, the big white ball and everything. And Ray Beach is just the other side of that in the little bay. This here, guys, is the village of Ray. We've just come by Durness, the power plant, and this is the village of Ray. On your left here, you've got Alexander, I think it's Bell, anyway, trailer place, for Williams trailer place here, if you want a trailer, that is, when you're up here. There's a garage there, a car garage for fixing it on your right. There's a little school down here coming up on your right hand side. And that across there, Sandside Beach, just over there. There's a golf course coming up past the school. You can actually walk down to it from the golf course, the beach, if you parked in there. The golf course used to do food in there in summer when it's open. I used to mow all this ground here, all around the memorial and everything, for the council years ago. I trimmed through the lights, what shines up on the memorial one day, through the cable, but I didn't say it with me. And this is the golf course in Ray on your right hand side here. Ray Golf Club, and you can walk down that right to the bottom, and that's where the beach is, Sandside Beach. And as you travel through Ray, back in the mid-2000s I used to get fuel through here. There used to be a little garage through here. Well, first off, this is where you turn to Sandside Bay. Here, look, Sandside Beach on your right there. That takes you along adjacent to the golf course. The little shop and garage where I used to deliver to and get fuel from 20 years ago. Well, there's still pumps outside, as you can see here. But it says antiques now. There's no actual fuel there. It's just a little antique shop. That's a community centre, Ray Community Centre. And then that's us leaving Ray. I'll pick up with you again in a minute. That's looking out the North Atlantic, guys. And Orkney is out, well, back that direction. Well, this is straight across the west at the top now, and just along here at the top, this is the very most westerly tip of Caithness. If you remember on the previous video, we enter it down just outside of Elmsdale on the A9 on the east, and this is the very most westerly tip at the top, where you leave through Ray there, and then you get to the sign just round the corner in a minute, which will say you're entering Sutherland. Then we're in the county of Sutherland, and it's Mackay country, which you'll see coming up very shortly. That's us leaving Caithness now, and it's Sutherland here, look. Mackay country on the brown sign in the side, and it will track Mackay. Here, guys, NC500, Ullapool this way, straight on the top. You can turn left to Helmsdale, which cuts you down to the most bottom easterly start of Caithness and into Sutherland, borderlining, as I mentioned before. Then you've got Melvick here, Strathy, Betty Hill, and they've pretty much all got good beaches. Everyone on the sign there, every place across here has pretty much got a sandy beach, a nice beach to go to. Coming up here, there's a pub called the Halliday Inn, Hallidale Inn, and that's got some kind of lodges and stuff like that to stay in if you're not a van lifer and you just coming on holiday kind of thing. And I think they've done a little campsite here now as well, which that's the building coming up straight ahead here. That's the Hallidale Inn. That's just coming up just here. Hallidale Inn. They've got some food in there, teas, coffees, like a pub, bar. Here's the holiday place. They've just done that actually, it's quite new that is, with the pods, the holiday pods and stuff. Oh, this is just old Melvick anyway. If you come up to Melvick from the campsite there, where it was on the right, you keep going up here, we'll eventually in a minute come to some toilets, some public toilets on your left, and if you turn right there, which I'll show you in a minute, you'll come to a little shops on your left. So if you need some groceries and stuff like that, then that's where you come to the shop. It's the only shop in Helmsdale. In Melvick. It's the only shop in Melvick. I'm going through that many places, I forget where I am then. But it's quite nice views out to sea here, off of the little campsite and stuff. And just up here is where you actually turn to the shop. That's your little toilets, that brown building on your left, just here. Some public toilets, and then if you turn right just here at this junction, it's the shop and post office, as you'll see there, just down on your left. Now we're heading to Strathy. Once again, any places, any particular thing in any area or place you'd like me to look at or find out or let you know any information on up here, then feel free to message or email. I'll do my best to help you. I should be able to help you. Or leave a comment below, yeah, and I should be able to most definitely help you with anything. Sorry about the wind noise, it's very windy up here, as you've probably seen earlier with the snow drifts, so it's very, very windy. We'll pick up here again in a moment. This here we're going through at the moment, guys, is Strathy. There's not much here. There is a little beach through there, through that direction off to the right. There's a little beach in Strathy, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it here. That's your lot. There's a little, I think there's a little hotel here, a little pub at the top, if it still is a pub. Yeah, there's the inn here at the top of the hill, Strathy Inn. Still open, I think. As you can see, guys, heading to Betty Hill, that direction. Look at the snowstorm, what you can see coming across the road. It's blizzarding with snow. Must be 50-mile-an-hour wind at the minute and blizzarding snow. Next stop, Betty Hill. See, that's all snow you can see, guys, in distance. Tint fog, it's just literally lashing down with snow. can see, this is Betty Hill we're coming into now, on the top northwest coast. Just round the corners down here, there's a nice little, it's a little restaurant, it's a little place. They've done nice fish and chips in there. I've had them for years in there. I've come up at different points. I've had them on and off for quite some time now. Which I'll show you, which is just around these corners. This guy's here in Betty Hill is the little restaurant place, and it's just here on your right. There's tourist information, and in there's a little cafe. And there's nice fish and chips there. You can get to the beach at Betty Hill. You just come along this way. It's just through there. You might make it out. Anyway, it's just across there. And you park for the beach here where the sign says in here, just here. So you can park in that little bit there. And then just here on your right hand side on the hill, before the shop, is the campsite. So that's all the campsite here. There's touring pictures on it as well. Statics as well on there, and then just up here on your right there's the post office and shop, and these have got petrol pumps. And also if you turn right down this street here, down the side of it, there's the shop down there. There's another shop anyway, so you've got two here. Public toilets on your right. You've got the Betty Hill Hotel here on your left, and that's down to the beach. Down there, some nice scenery. The farm down here at the bottom, they do horse riding, or they did do, where you can come horse trekking, horse riding all the way across here, right out to the beach up the side of the river. So you can get it all the way up this sandy side, that other side, from the farm down the bottom. They did horse ride treks all the way up here. Down at the bottom, where you come across the bridge after leaving Betty Hill, they actually they're doing a new bridge at the minute. They're just redoing the bridge and everything to make it better. It's too many years has it been small, so we'll see how we get on with that in a minute. We haven't been up since, I think it was September the last time we was up here, and they got traffic light system down here on the bridge the last time we come by here. Little Mo, as you'd seen on previous videos if you watch, mother-in-law, brought her up round here at her first time up here. But yeah, it looks like they're still under construction. They've still got traffic lights, which are always on red when I get to them. And this is the bridge, guys. You can see here they've altered all the road at the minute. Probably going to make this double track now eventually, and the bridge, well, they're cracking on with construction anyway. Don't know how easy it is to build a bridge, but that's a bit of a drop just there, so be careful of that. This is the old bridge, and the new one's being constructed at the side here, which is going to be a double track road, but it looks at it far better. This one ought to be just used for walkers. Guys, across there, this is that Scullamy down there near Tong. I used to live in a cottage there at Scullamy, and this is a little beach. They're called some Rabbit Isles. They are. They're known as the Rabbit Isles, them two little islands. That's Malness across in the distance on the other side. But this Scullamy, this is called Little Coldbacky, and this is heading now. The cottage I lived in, right on the pinnacle point, across there. And now we're heading across to down into Tong next, and we'll see some footage of the Kyle of Tong Causeway Bridge. This, guys, is dropping down into Tong now. That's down to the Tong Causeway, which we'll do some footage of in a minute when we go over. That mountain up there is a big mountain, that one, big mountain. Ben Loyal, everything. The Ben Loyal Hotel is just down here, which a friend of mine's got, who I used to work for on a prawn boat. And I'll show you where I used to work on the prawn boat when we go by, a place called Loch Errible. I didn't say horrible, I said Errible with an E. But this is dropping down into Tong now. You got the Tong Hotel, because I used to live down here. Obviously, I know all down here. I know everywhere up here, but you know, lived everywhere. Well, this is Tong Hotel anyway. And then there's a bad corner coming up down here. It's like a big hairpin to the right, and that's Tong Village, and up there you'll find a little post office, and there's a scenic route what you can go round, what brings you the other side of the Tong Causeway Bridge if you turn left up there, and that's the Ben Loyal Hotel up there and the post office, and you can do a little cut through some little locks and everything to bring you out the other side of this Tong Causeway Bridge. Tong Hotel Bar and Restaurant here. Doctors, everything up there. Cemetery here. That's a little castle, what you can go up, a ruin of a castle there, up on the hill, Tong. And this is going down to the causeway. There was a little shop there, it's Burrs of Tong, that's what that's called. They used to have a little garage pump. I don't know if it's still open now or got a pump. Can't quite see that though. That were an alright little shop. And then this is heading us down here now to the causeway. There's also a youth hostel down here, and it's a little campsite I think as well, which you can stay on. I don't rate them myself, like I say, I do honest reviews on things, and I don't really rate this Tong youth hostel, because me being local up here, we was round with our van not so long ago, and and what happened was we went in to empty our waste, our black water, our toilet cassette, and they wanted to charge us, even we're saying like we're local, we live up here, we're only just travelling around seeing family up here, which I was, just up this bit, and this place here, they wanted to charge us full price of a pitch for just emptying us black water, emptying us a cassette. And I don't care what planet anybody's from, or what planet. If I lived on a million planets, it's not alright on any of them, that is. So I'd never go to them personally. I'd never go and stay there or anything. But this is the nice causeway. You pick some nice mussels along the Melness side to your right, where you turn right to Melness. You can really have some nice mussels off there and some good fish in here, but you have to watch the tide catching you out on all these flats, sandbars, because the water really does rush in under the bridge down here in a minute. It comes in very fast here. Plenty of lay-bys to pull over, and bins and etc. But the road from Tongue, where I said back there where it cuts out, on your left hand side along that side at shore, it brings you out on the little turning just up here, and that's by the Ben Loyal and the post office where I said back up in Tongue a minute ago. Here we go over the bridge. I think they need a bit more tarmac on this bridge though. This is where in the past, when Top Gear was up and running, that Clarkson and everybody, they all come up here filming sports cars coming along here, just after over the Tongue Causeway and up here, where Top Gear, you know, parts of it were filmed with the cars driving. It's a nice big road this is, you can get some speed up on here. Well, can't go faster than 60. This, guys, is Loch Arable, and down in that left corner is where I used to do work on the boat, doing the prawns with Graham Gunn's boat, Charlie Mackay's. This Loch Arable used to be used because it's a really deep water lock, sea lock, tidal lock, in the war, and the Navy and everything still come in and use it for exercises. I've had them in there before when I've worked there, helicopter, Navy boat, doing exercises off the little beach. On the little blow-up ribs boats in and out, and because in the wartime they used to come and hide submarines in here because it's a very deep lock, and that's where they used to bring them into, the submarines, to lie in wait and come and hide. And it's a very much of a pain to drive around this lock is to get to Durness. It's a nice scenic route, but when you do it all the time, it becomes like any other menace what you might encounter. But it is scenic, so you can't really say too much. another bit of good information for you guys, because some of you might not know. It's self-explanatory to others, but these passing places, what we're going by, I'll give you an example in a minute. So wait till we get to the next passing place and I'll just give you a, because I'm not trying to be cheeky, but some people don't know because they've never drove up here. A lot of people know from this country, but say there's a car coming in front of me, to pull in here, I'd pull in here and that car should flow through here as I'm pulled in. So then you pull out, so it's not blocking the entrance, which some do what don't know how to deal with these kind of roads. You don't just stop in the entrance, the exit. So I can sweep into the passing place like this, and as I do that, they come by me on the right hand side, and then I can exit the passing place without stopping. And another quick tip as well, might sound like I'm being cheeky, I'm not, it's just for people who don't know. There's Arctic lorries drive up and down these roads, right? And if an Arctic lorry can park in these passing places and let another vehicle by, or another lorry by, then so can you in your motorhome, and so can you in your car, whatever it is. And you don't need to go on to the rough standing, because there's been too many people up here with damaged tyres. Hence, they're leaving the tarmac of the passing place and going on to the rough stones. There's no need whatsoever. There's no need at all on any passing place for you to do that. You don't need to leave the passing place hard standing and go onto the rough stones, and you don't need to at all. It just makes passing through them a lot more smoother for everybody. That's how you deal with the passing places anyway. I'll pick you up again a bit later, let you see round Loch Erible. Next stop, Durness. This is the other side of Loch Erible, guys. We're travelling now round, we'll be going round the corner to Durness very shortly. And I'll tell you one thing I've noticed since we come up the other day, well, we were actually down south the other day, down in Glencoe, Rannoch Moor and all up the top of there. And the one thing I've noticed is there's more and more van lifers even coming up round these parts, up round our end kind of thing, you know. There's more and more van lifers in the winter than ever before. I mean, I've pretty much been up here all my life and all my young life, and I've never known it like this since the North Coast 500 took off, and especially in the winter. That's been a recent thing, that has. In the winter, people everywhere, van lifers everywhere. Doesn't even matter, it's snowing. It's been snowing today, and literally you just pass van lifers all the time. There's a cafe here, that's a good one. It's a friend of my dad's what's got that. Well, it was anyway. I don't know if he's died now, it might be somebody else, but it was a good little cafe. That's just on the banks of Loch Erible, on the west side of Loch Erible. Another thing as well, we called in Thurso earlier today, and I didn't realise there were any shops open, but Co-op's open. Don't know what it's like in your areas where you are, but I was surprised at that one. New Year's Day and the Co-op's open, so, which I'm glad about, because to be fair, I've got chicken Kievs now for tea. So I'm looking forward to them. I had a good breakfast. I had 2 pieces of lawn sausage, 2 link sausage, piece of black pudding and a piece of haggis, all on a big cob, big roll, wherever you're from, roll up here. And yeah, so that filled me up this morning. Well, thank goodness for the co-op. So that saved us tea tonight, and then hopefully tomorrow we might be back to normal. With shops, like every shop will be open. Fingers crossed. Anyway, see how dark it's gone. The sky's moving in. It's gone really dark out there now. Gonna keep his eyes out for the deer, for stags and deer and things down here. You never know what you're going to spot out here. With the dark drawing in, there's usually past some deer and things like that, which we might get it here, or we might get it going back down the west side when we cut round the corner at Durness. So we'll get it in the footage if we see any for you anyway. There's usually some somewhere. Pick it up shortly. This is us just rounding into Durness. This is the first little beach you'll see before Sango Sands. Which is a nice little, that's the bungee jump. You can do a jump at abseil off the top there. Not abseil, but it's like a zip line across here, across this little beach at Durness. And this is where I'm potentially going to be staying for the night. I do think, if I can find a level spot. It's got bins here, there's some information about it. Durness, 2 miles, toilets 2.2, waste recycling 2.8, shops and fuel 3.1 miles. And that's us here. And that's where we are on there. And like I say, tomorrow we will catch you. Tomorrow with the next instalment of heading back round towards our home near Ullapool. Hope you're having a great New Year's Day, guys, and we'll catch you tomorrow on tomorrow's video. So hopefully, like I say, having a good New Year's Day. Eat plenty of food. I don't need any, I'm as fat as they come. But yeah, we'll have a nice night hopefully here, and we'll catch you on tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much then. Bye bye.